King Jackson Bryn, we're talking. King Jack
Now you're sharing
said,
the
I don't
screen.
remember what you were saying. And then he said something else. Anyways, take it away.
I used to have siblings.
Take 3.
And they died, and it's awful. And I used to help them with their work for my tutor, and no, it still hurts, you know.
I'm sorry. Kane Jackson's cheerful demeanor kind of disappears. I didn't mean to dredge up painful memories for you. That was not in my intention. I was trying to actually make a nice compliment for you.
It was very sweet. It's I'm very very happy for Adrian. I'm so glad that Calvin is okay, but I just missed him.
Oh, that's very understandable, Bryn. I mean, if I miss me dad, and he's not around anymore, so I can sympathize. Well, if you need anything ever, or if you just ever want to talk, like away from, I know we can all be a loud and rambunctious group, But if you ever need like somewhere quiet, you can always, knock on me door if there's a lot of smoke coming from underneath it. I can guarantee you it's very quiet.
Well, thank you, but in being with the group, it actually it helps. I mean, I came from a big family, and then I don't know. I spent a long time alone, and I think I was lonelier than I realized. And having you all, it does help.
Well, allow me to call myself a very proud big brother for you.
Thank you, King Jax.
Without you, I'm pretty sure I will not be here, and I'm pretty sure Blossom's aunt would have had me for breakfast.
Well, you have saved my life a dozen times as well.
Well, it comes with being family, right?
Yes.
King Jax will extend big fuzzy arms for a hug.
All right. Okay.
He gives the
very
hug.
Awkward hug.
He pulls Brit in for like the fur ball hug.
Okay.
You get a pat on the head.
Okay. My hat's careful with my hat.
Oh, sorry. It is a very nice. What is it? Is that silk? That's very nice.
Thank you.
Well, also, and he pulls out like a little can of wet food. I picked this up when we were going through the market earlier. I got it. I thought the Zeal would like it. It was supposed to be for Blossom, but then I kind of assumed she might find it offensive.
Yeah, this might be bad. He doesn't really eat, but that's okay. Maybe he will like it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, here you go. It's all for you.
Okay, I'll see.
Well, I hope you feel better, and we're happy to have you as a family, and I look forward to more adventures.
Yes, as do I. We should rejoin the others.
Oh yes, before they get suspicious, because they're gonna be like, Bryn doesn't smoke. What are you doing over there? Makes a few extra smoke clouds as if Bryn took a few hits.
Oh no. Have I explained to you why I do not partake in these things?
No, you have not. And it's not my business to ask, so I never did.
Where I come from, we were guardians. It was our job to keep the creatures of the Feywild from coming into this world, because exposure to the Feywild for certain creatures can cause violence, madness, generally unpleasantness. So, warriors of my clan weren't really allowed to partake in anything intoxicating in case it lowered our guard. At least half of any group had to be alert to protect their friends, to keep watch over their backs. So I do not do this because a lapse in my vigilance could cost a friend their life.
That's that's admirable, really. Well, if you ever do want to imbibe, I've got your back.
Thank you, Kane Jax, but I think I will abstain.
And you don't have to worry about me. I'm chronic, baby. I'm always aware.
Okay.
All right, let's go rejoin the others before they get suspicious. Or else, is Shield Mom saying things about missionary again? Oh no!
Oh no, please no, Kane Jax. I don't want to forget that.
I think that's the worst thing we've ever faced. That I'd faced down creatures from the void itself.
No, that was bad.
We rejoined the group. And that is how I became the king of the ogres.
I know.
All right. Well, great. All right. What else is your plan today as you continue through your
Oh my god.
nice evening, mid-afternoon?
Well, I don't know what y'all are up for getting up to. I don't know exactly when y'all want to head out for Hagramir. If you even actually really want to go. I mean, I just kind of said we were gonna go to get those two weirdos to leave the other morning. Also,
Yeah, but
I
we
was
do
still
need
kind
to
of
go-
drunk.
We do need to go see the council. They have called for us and they sent bounty hunters, so.
I mean, I don't know. It feels kind of trappy.
Yeah, it does, but.
I had a big ol' X on it on that map we found. So whatever the Darunes are doing, they did it there.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly,
Bring our own water.
the Darunes had quite a lot to do with that rose disease, and I would personally like to murder all of them.
Well,
Yeah, I can't get on board with that. They killed my family, so.
All right.
if they're fucking
plan
working
is
with
murder.
Thunder,
Are we all on
Yeah.
board?
Yeah, well, step A should be figure out what their plan is, so we can implement the murder.
or at least stop whatever they're doing.
Yeah,
so
and
we
stop
don't,
what they're doing.
Murder them, and then we're like,
That sounds like
no.
a lot of planning.
Well, yes, but if we do not know what their plan is, they could have allies that we don't know about, and then we will not properly be able to fully execute our revenge.
Fair enough.
And I'm sorry, it's the Stormhearts, right?
That is one of them, yes.
Yeah, that was one of the families involved somehow. And then what was it? Shadow Wraith or something?
Let me-
Wraith
yeah.
Runners?
I'll read you a few
So
last
fucking
names.
emo, jeez.
It's MCR
Big Wood.
reunion.
I was about to say 2005 MySpace pages.
Oh no!
So
Wait, it's Toby McGuire.
the Wraithrender family, they married one of their daughters, Rosanna, off to Sharnwick Wraithrender. Sharnwick went on to found a town, and he named it after himself because he was a selfish SOB, and it is now called Sharnwick. It is in Theroboros, the continent you're on. So Sharnwick Wraithrender went on to have many children and progenies, and eventually, all the way down at the bottom of the tree, are Victor and Persephone Wraithrender. They are now in charge of the town of Sharnwick, as their great-great-great-grandfather has long passed away, and it has been left to them. There is a family tree that goes through last names such as Bitterspine and Stormheart, and they all seem to be giant clan names, King Jax, that you notice. The last name... Another one would be Vanessa Smokeset. She is in charge of a prominent city on the desert continent that none of you have ever been to. Greyfoots, the traitor that you killed inside of the Skywitch's lair. She was the one who let everybody in, essentially, you gathered. There's just a lot of really important last names on here. Kazit. Kazit is a very prestigious last name of a dwarven clan in Albion.
Any Elvish names?
Or Tabaxi clans that Blossom might have heard of?
There are no Tabaxi names because their naming conventions are weird. You could probably pick
Yeah.
them out, and they don't have any. There is one elven last name. The last name is Lorne, Lorney. And Leia Lorne is a relation through marriage on this family tree. That's about it.
Based on the research that I have done, not even with this group, but in general regarding hierarchy structures and social circles,
Mhm.
Is there any names that I recognize that people that I have researched and may have interacted with in the past? Rub elbows with?
Not really, honestly. A lot of these people are kind of far off people. Yeah, there was a big red X over the Order of the Weave, so there has been people infiltrated in that.
Okay.
Chapters of Brass had an X over it as well. Some of these groups that you are intertwined with have definitely been infiltrated by somebody at some point.
Oh, beans.
We need to teach you more curse words.
Blossom taught me this
Well,
really
I
fun.
mean,
No,
Still a child present.
no.
Still a child present.
all right, later. But yeah, no, that's one thing that he's picking up great, actually.
I like that we were willing to discuss murder in front of the child, but we can't swear.
I can't curse.
Look, Blossom's family was weird, okay, guys?
Look, you have to draw a line somewhere.
Yeah, murder's chill.
Yeah.
We're not murdering, we are smiting bad guys, looking at Callan. Smiting bad guys.
Smiting bad guys.
We're doing what heroes do.
Yes.
All right. See, Adrian, he wants me to be a hero.
No. Nope.
No, Callan, don't be a hero.
Nope.
It's overrated, and you
No,
probably
he gets
die.
to be the mascot.
Oh God.
What's a mascot?
You represent our group.
It
Oh.
means you follow us around and you are cute.
Oh, so I get to come with you. Cool.
No.
No.
Oh, so I'm not the mascot. What am I?
All right, look,
You
Callan.
Who
are a
am I?
student. You are a student who is going to school.
And then after, I'll be the mascot. Got it.
You're a franchisee at this point.
Kane Jacks
Unpaid intern.
kneels down, has to bend down to be at like Callan's level. Look, Callan, you know what you could be for me? While we're away,
Hmm?
I need someone to guard my stash.
Oh no.
Ooh.
No one, absolutely no one, not even you, is allowed to touch my stash of chocolates that I keep around.
Good, like buried treasure.
Yes, they're like buried treasure, but I need someone strong and wise and heroic to guard it. But I'm gonna be away, and so are they. And
I can
we
do
don't
that.
have a pet dog. You can't have dogs around chocolate. You know that.
No, let me. And he's like reaching up to your 8-foot form, kind of like jumping for your box.
Kane
Stop
Jacks will
normal chocolates.
Kane Jacks will pull out, like, look around, grab a stick from the ground. I bless this here shillelagh in the name of Brulin Yang, god of the giants, and name you. And he starts dubbing Callan, guardian of the Dryad's Den, protector of chocolate.
Minor illusion to like have little sparkles everywhere.
He's like gone to heaven.
And he then lays the stick in Callan's hands. I need you to do that for me while also being a student.
I mean, I could do that. That sounds easy.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a
I'm-
lot of
I'm way up to the task.
responsibility. Are you prepared for that?
Adrian, oh my lord.
Yeah, I mean, if it proves that I can be a member of the gang.
Oh, okay.
Yes, this means now, and he stands up and he takes off his pin for the chapters of brass. I'll get another one. That means you are now a fully fledged member of the chapters of Cobalt, the junior member of the chapters of brass.
Holy beans. And he takes yeah. He just runs up and he like hugs King Jax around the leg.
Stop this.
He like disappears in the fur.
Kane Jax will lean over to Adrian. It'll keep him busy while we're gone, and he'll
Thank
feel
you.
like he's being here.
I appreciate you.
Oh yes, of course. Now I do have to make a call to Mr. Mike. Perhaps I'll have Mr. Mike dress up like a thug and purposely lose a battle to him.
Alright, that's just getting too excessive. Here, King Drax.
He wants to be a hero. I think that's adorable. I was like him once. I wanted to be hero.
Yeah, we're.
I mean, hopefully he'll grow out of it.
Yeah, I really, really hope so.
Yeah. It's a dangerous work for a kid, King Jax.
Well, not only while he's a kid, but like, okay, perhaps he will. Hopefully, he does grow out of it. He goes to the college and he becomes like a really wise sage, or like maybe he becomes a cleric of Bulin. We don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, he would make a fantastic cleric of Bulin.
Yeah. And we're tough, us clerics of Bulin. Kane Jack's gonna flex with his, I'm pretty sure it's 18 strength. Yep, 18 strength. We are tough. Poof, out of the fur, a little bicep bump. Poof.
You're just
When
showing
I was a
off.
lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs.
No one hits like Callan. No one.
Please don't put ideas in his head.
All right, so what's the plan the rest of the day? You guys going to talk to Kit? Are you going to see Marsaurus? Well, his babies at least.
Actually, I want to talk to Saren for a second.
Okay.
So you are what kind of magic do you specialize in?
Illusions.
Illusions. Okay. So I was just curious, that's all.
Sure. And yourself?
I like fire. She like gestures at her staff that has like a little spark of fire in the crystal.
I mean, fire's a great go-to. Gets shit done. I do have a couple of fireballs in my arsenal.
Yes, I saw in the battle. I was impressed.
Yes. Too bad I missed.
Well, it was a valiant effort. Not there was some missing, just abound.
Yes. I would like to know more about your studies. It's
I'd be happy to share. I've been wandering for a long time.
Oh, so have I. About 15 years.
Oh, like 90 years.
Oh. I definitely want to hear more about your studies then. Are you self-taught?
Mostly. I got some tutoring when I was young, when I was at home. But beyond that, yes, I learned for myself.
That's how the best ones do it, anyway. Is there something else you needed?
No, I was just wondering.
Of course. I must say, it's been really nice getting to know you. I've been on my own for so long.
Yes, I'm thrilled to have another academic in the group.
It's so, so nice to be able to have an intelligent conversation with someone.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Nerds.
Whisper on the wind. Well, if you ever want to compare notes, I've been keeping journals and such for the past... I saw that. I've been keeping journals and such for the past decade or so, and I'd love to swap theories.
Yes, I will definitely take you up on that.
Sounds wonderful.
Do you have a familiar, like Azil here?
I do not know. I always found it easier to do things on my own. How to put this? Well, I suppose there really isn't an easy way to put this. And where are Bryn and I at this point?
I figured we were like wandering behind the group a little bit as we head back to the Dryad's Den.
Cool. I'm gonna look around and make sure that no one is looking at us. And then I will, basically from the neck up, I will drop human Saren to changeling Saren, who has gray skin, very long, extended ears, all completely white eyes, no iris, no pupil. Hair is like Peter Pan short, and pure white. And then after about a second, it goes back to regular Saren.
I see. Well, that is a useful skill.
Very. It's kept me alive.
I feel in return I should be honest with you.
Yes?
So I am not an evocation wizard.
Oh?
No.
What are you?
Is Gajax listening? How far away is Gajax?
Perception, please.
No, I'm not saying this in earshot.
I know. I'm just messing with. I'm just kidding.
I specialize in necromancy.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Oh, I definitely want to read some of your notes then.
I will be happy to share.
I appreciate it.
Partially what I was asking about your familiar. The Azil is a bit special.
Oh, I see. How long has he been your familiar?
Well, he didn't start as my familiar. But when he died, I couldn't let him go.
Makes perfect sense. You don't want to lose something you love.
Yes, he has been with me since I was a child. That's why I preferred to keep him as a cat, because that's what he was when he was alive.
Of course. It makes perfect sense. And the brilliant way you present yourself, I think I see no problem with necromancy. I might have a spell or two in my repertoire as well.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. King Jax is not the most accepting, considering his area of expertise.
He's a cleric. He doesn't like a lot of things just based on religion alone.
Yes.
It's a very close-minded profession, if you ask me.
Well, I will keep your secret if you keep mine.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Of course. Continue our walk.
All right.
King Jax smokes, King Jax drinks, he's fun to be around. Ugh. Knocking the cleric. Ugh.
I said clerics in general. I did not say King Jax.
That's
I said
fair.
clerics.
That's fair.
When you were going off on mute, it said smoked peaches springs or something, and I was like, "What is he talking about?"
New flavor. He's been workshopping.
All right, so what's the plan? Where are we headed today?
I don't know.
Well, for serious, how long do we want to stay in town before we go?
We only have a couple of days.
I mean, they were like, kind of take your time about it. Like,
didn't they also say they were going to stay in town until you guys agreed?
Yeah, they were going to escort us back.
Yeah.
If you, as Meta Talk here players, would like to spend 2 weeks of downtime here, but don't have a lot going on, we could just montage it, and then you could do that, because I know Adrian wants to spend time with Callan, but...
But it's not always the most interesting thing to watch, because she is very awkward around children.
Sure.
Around anybody in general.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine to roleplay it out, but if we do want to, like, montage it, we can also do that. It's okay either way.
I'm cool to montage it.
Okay.
Montage learning to speak common.
Yes. Bryn and Darren are gonna exchange notes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Swap
had a couple of messages that she wanted to send, but can only do one a day anyway. So.
King Jax can do like 4 or 5 a day for you.
Yeah, but Blossom wanted to send these.
That's fair. Fine.
All right, let's do it.
All right, yeah, let's... all right, first, Blossom's gonna try and message Breezy one of the days.
Okay.
Let's see.
For those new in chat, that is her evil cousin.
Yeah, the last time we saw Breezy, it was when she showed up for the first time since Blossom saw her 5 years ago before she ran away from home where she nearly killed King Jax. Yeah. And Blossom ran away from home after her aunt, who we found out to be a Rakshasa, almost killed her. So,
that whole thing.
Like you do.
All right, what do you say?
Yeah. All right, so Blossom, as always, takes a few swigs before sending the message. And she's going to reach out to Breezy and say, "Hey, it's Chase. I know the real you can hear me. I just had to say, I thought I was protecting you before, and I was wrong. You don't have to forgive me, just believe me. And no, I'm not gonna abandon you again. I promise."
So the way I envision sending is that you kind of like, you get like a speakerphone version of what's going on. That's kind of my interpretation.
I like it.
And you don't hear any words. She doesn't respond, but you do hear her like trudging through. Like you hear like wet footsteps through like mud or something.
All right. That's all I'm able to hear, though.
Yeah, she doesn't respond.
All right, well, at least I know she heard me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I know she's gonna be fucking grumpy wherever she is.
Other messages?
All right, and then Another message she wanted to send was she would want to check in with her da, just to check in real quick. Hey da, it's me. Back in Theroboros. Probably heading back to Hagramir soon. No sign of Mar Thunder yet. Be careful if you're still with King Jax's clan. I think they got some new guests. Don't trust them.
There's a brief pause, and your dad says, "Oh, it's so lovely to hear your voice, Blossom. The the Yang clan has been treating me nicely, and everyone seems to be very happy here. I appreciate you checking in, and please be well, dear daughter."
All right. Well, I'm glad he's still in one piece. All right, and then next up, Blossom actually doesn't take a drink before this one, and will make this call while she is definitely alone in her room somewhere, and she's gonna try and send a sending to her mom.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll work, but she's gonna reach out. Ma, it's Chase. Where are you? What did Thunder do to you? Dad's safe. We're gonna find you. I'm sorry I left. I love you.
There is no response.
All right. She doesn't get like any sort of audio.
Unfortunately not.
All right. After that, then Blossom will spend the rest of that whatever day drinking alone in her room.
Okay. All right. Anything else we want to do on this downtime montage that we haven't already said? Learning common, hanging out with Callan.
Okay, after one of the lessons when Kane Jax is packing up the books, he's gonna just kind of stay behind, and he's gonna be like trying to walking with Sarah and just being like, "So, tell me, the first night we did this whole teaching me common thing, you said you only help other people for what they're good for and for what you can get in return, right? So why have you been helping teach old King Jack's common? I don't really have much to offer besides, well, I guess lots of, you know."
Well, I haven't been with you long enough to really see if I needed anything from you.
And so you're gonna discard old King Jacks too when you find out I don't have much use.
Never said that.
But you said when you're done, you discard them.
Depends on the person. I have contacts everywhere. I have people that I am in contact with frequently. There are people that I use, and there are people that I work with.
So I take it I'm on the work with side, right? Just gotta double check here.
You are on the work with side.
Oh, beans, okay. Whew. Whew.
Does that concern you?
Well, no, I was concerned I was on the other side.
Look, the people that I use are of a certain social quality. They are higher up in the hierarchy. I'm really glad you took that well.
I mean, it's no different than what I'm used to hearing at home anyway, except from Bulin. You see, I'm really high up in the Bulin religion hierarchy, but no one really. It's still kind of new. I'm kind of seen as like, free spirit amongst my people. So it's like, I'm used to it. Bottom of the totem pole. I understand, and no offense to old King Jacks.
Bottom of the totem pole is often the safest place to be.
I suppose so. I also get to smash baddies once in a while.
Yes, the higher up you go, the more dangerous your enemies are.
True. Yeah.
I don't interact with those people because I enjoy it. I do it because I have to. There are things that need to be done, and only I can do them.
So explain to me this. I'm sorry, I ask a lot of questions. We've been getting to know each other, and I feel like I just need to, I just like to get to know me friends a little better.
Sure.
why only you? Why do you have to do this? Who thrust this responsibility upon you and said, Saren, it is up to you to, I don't know, whatever you're doing with the rich higher up people.
I did. I was the one who decided to do it because I was the only person who would do something about it.
What made you decide that? And do something about what? Like, what did somebody wrong you? Are we seeking vengeance? I like a good vengeance quest.
If you want to put it that way, yes. Oh, I'm way too sober for this conversation, but okay. So
passes the booth.
you know what? Fine. And I will take a really large hit.
Kane Jax has a very proud look on his face.
So, I come from a family. I had a father and another parent and a sibling, younger. And we were poor. We had nothing. We traveled. And father would help out in the fields during harvest time, and Zaza would assist with animals, and my sibling would do embroidery. They could work wonders with the needle. And I tended to help with writing letters or working out taxes or that sort of thing. And I got sick, and we needed a place to rest. Normally, we would stay in a barn or some place that someone would lend us for the evening, but my parents decided that we needed an actual place to sleep. So we decided to go to a small village and stay at an inn. Long story short, a noble decided that he wanted our place, and when my parents wouldn't give it to him, he decided that my parents were better off dead. And then my younger sibling decided that they could defend my parents and were proved wrong. And I was too sick and I couldn't do anything. So I stole a horse and ran.
Oh beans. I mean, oh fuck. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Who was this noble? You shall smite him.
I don't know, but I did notice that the symbol that we saw, an emblem of an S with a blue sword through it, was on the livery of the horses.
King Jax make actually you don't even need to. This is going to be a deep dive for Alex, but in session 2 of this campaign, last arc, you went to a village where there was a bunch of druids, halfling druids.
Oh, I remember this.
And you were assailed in the middle of the night by a man with a similar crest.
Yes, I remember that because I whooped his ass.
Yep, he is now dead.
I know what crest you speak of. We were ambushed by someone who bore that crest.
I don't know the man's name, but I remember his face. And now I'm amassing whatever power and knowledge and intelligence that I can gather and making my way through the social hierarchy in order to get close and then take my revenge.
If you could show me his face, I perhaps could find him like I did the Eye of Stormheart.
I was rather sick. I don't know if it's complete, but DM, as best as my foggy memory will let me, I will transform into his face. Which is also the first time you've seen that, King Jax.
It's pretty accurate. I mean, I know that you were, sick, but I feel like that's like the one thing your mind focused on at that time. So, yeah.
Well, you tell me when. I'll find him. And I guess this is where I become useful to you. Because I'm your friend, and this is what friends do. I've gone on quests for vengeance for Blossom. I've gone on quests for Adrian. I'm about to go on one for Bryn. We're going to avenge who... we're going to just... Quest for vengeance. One time we announced we were coming into a town for a quest for vengeance. They let us in. Anyway, that's a sidebar for another time. I'm going to go on quest for vengeance for you too.
It's very sweet. I appreciate it. But know that you are not being used.
Well, I am returning the favor for teaching me how to write common better, though some words, the backwards B still gets me messed up.
It's a D.
Backwards
as
B.
in dog.
What's the difference?
Just to describe what Saren has changed into and shown you, it is a older human man. He has not gray but white hair. There's braids running through it on both sides, and it sits back in like a strong ponytail, or a long, long ponytail. I mean,
Strong
the
ponytail.
strong ponytail. He has blue eyes. Shocking. He has very like fuzzy facial features. Like he'd been on the road traveling for some time, and he didn't have time for a good shave. He's very strong jawed and very tall and broad. He does bear a resemblance to Victor and Persephone, especially Victor.
Listen, y'all, we're gonna have to fight. Oh my gosh.
Wait a minute. Who you describe? I know that face.
You know him.
It's that bingle bopper Victor. He has a sister named Persephone. They tried to take Blossom away from me. They will pay dearly.
Well, it seems our goals have aligned.
Well, yes, and I shall. Well, I'll let you smite him, but I'll make sure he's nice and weak for you. Like, in the pickle jar, I'll make sure it's nice and loose, so you can just pink.
I do appreciate a good pickle.
Well, I mean, who doesn't, right? Anyway, if you need anything, ever want to talk about life's struggle, part of being cleric is listening to people's spiritual struggles, which includes things that have happened in our lives that perhaps didn't turn out good for us.
You are easily the wildest cleric I've ever met in my entire life.
Not the first time I've heard that one.
Oh, I'm quite sure of that.
Look, this helps me enter an altered state of consciousness so I can commune better with the spirit realm.
It's
Very
called
true.
a high.
It's called the spirit realm. What do you mean a high? Yeah.
I don't have time to talk to you about brain chemistry, but okay.
Well, if you ever need anything, it extends the arms, the classic King Jax. Old King Jax is here for you. You are now a member of the Wrong Turns, and you're gonna like it.
Oh, wonderful. And I'll just reach up as high as I can, just pat him on the shoulder.
Well, okay, fine. If you ever do need big fuzzy hug, I got you. I've been told they're quite great. Don't ask Bryn about them, though. She'll tell you they're not.
Unfortunately, I think I trust Bryn's word over yours at this point.
Oh, beans! It's the nerd thing, isn't it?
A little, yes. Learn the difference between B and D, and then we'll talk again.
Okay, fine. Fine, I will learn the difference between B and backwards B, okay?
Think D is in Doobie King Jax, and I walk away.
Oh,
that's like the moment it clicks.
Eureka!
Eureka!
Galaxy brain.
He is in Doobie. Nice.
All right.
He's gonna go and find Blossom as soon as possible and be like, Diaz and Doobie. Alright,
God.
I'm good. I'm done.
All right. Other montage things, Adrian. You spend a lot of quality time with Callan. His muscles like regrow just fine, and he's just happy as ever. He's just happy to be around you. He's happy to be around his new friends. The only weird thing that happens is one day you are kind of just playing catch or whatever, and Kangjax walks by, and Callan goes over and hugs Kangjax on the leg like he often does, and he runs back and he starts playing catch. And you do see that this like frosty like energy is coming off of Callan for a second before it fades.
Thane?
I think you're muted. Maybe.
Thane?
No, just
I swear to Torm, if something else happens to this kid, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do.
you swear you hear a slight laugh. You might have made it up in your head, but
Why did it turn out this way? You always knew what to do. I never knew what to do. You were always the brains behind everything. I was just the brawn.
You're interrupted by a ball hitting you in the face that Callan throws back too early.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
sorry.
That's okay. Builds
And you,
character.
and you two spend a lot of quality time together over the next 2 weeks doing whatever you want. He's just whatever event it is. But like by the second week, you realize that he doesn't really care what he's doing. He just wants to hang out with you. So, all right. So we move on. 2 weeks pass. Studying, hanging out with Callan, anything you want to be doing, drinking. And Anissa and Shay. Anissa and Shay knock at your door at the 8 a.m. early in the morning at the end of the 2 weeks. And you hear, "Hey, sweeties, it's me. Are we ready to go?"
Are we ready to go, everybody?
Where are we going? What?
Hagamach,
I'm still hungover.
I think.
Oh shit, that's today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck. In a minute. Hang on, and I'm gonna go out, and you just hear like sounds of things getting thrown into the portable hole.
Perfect.
It's a great way to clean your room.
All right, I'm packed.
So everybody gets up, and Anissa's like, "It is so wonderful to see you all. I cannot wait for this journey." And she kind of goes over and gives you like a dainty little hug on each of you, and then just kind of walks off. Those of you who allow it, of course. And she kind of like walks into the streets, and she's holding Shay's hand. Who, again, description of Shay: she is she's wearing monk vestiges. She is a dark-skinned, bald woman. She has fine, pointed features, and she appears to be in some capacity romantic with Anissa.
Wait, are these the two I married or no?
No, they're not.
Okay, I remember I
Like a
married
halfling
someone in this.
couple you married.
Yeah, they were.
Right. And then the god was hitting on me.
Yeah,
That was affinity.
they were just fucking randos, to be honest. Yep.
Look, I don't forget the big stuff that happens around here.
So they lead you together, arm in arm, out of town. Mr. Micah runs up and gives you a jelly for the road, one of you, so you can write that down. It's like, "Oh, please be very careful on your journey. I will see you soon, I hope." And
Adrian, jelly's for you.
he gives you a minor jelly, and he pats you on the back and runs into his little shop. He has a lot of customers, and he is dealing with them all. So you exit out of the winding hills, and you ascend the mountainous area that encapsulates the town of the Bookends. Now you look back, and you had a good 2 weeks here. You feel good about getting some downtime for once. You guys had been adventuring for weeks to months without a break, and it was nice to just kind of hang your hood at the old Dryad's Den for a while. So you take off towards the booming metropolis of Hagermar. Is there anything anyone would like to do during the journey? No?
So I've enrolled Kellen back in school then, and he's staying there. Okay.
And he's
If that's what you want, yeah.
stash.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, he's guarding his chocolate stash, yes. All right, so you
Don't worry,
begin
Kate.
your journey.
Don't worry, Kane Jack's still expecting like a bunch of chocolates to be missing. He's
As long as
So-
it wasn't, that kind of stash.
Oh no, Kane Jacks wouldn't do that. He's a responsible adult.
You begin your journey back to Hagermar, the booming metropolis that is Hagermar. People far and wide across the entire world know Hagermar. It's not just people on this continent.
It's where we met.
It is where most of you met, yes.
Blossom's not super excited to be going back.
Yeah. In order to do so, you travel for half a day. Anissa kind of playfully like pokes and prods at you to try to get answers that you probably aren't willing to share with her out of you. And she's just very pestering. It's like having a younger sibling who just wants to bug you.
We'll give her like straight up fake answers for like anything she
Okay.
asks too. I'll
Okay.
roll like a deception if you want to see.
Yeah,
if
sure,
she
go for it.
believes it.
Yeah.
Deception. Yeah, 21.
Yeah, she's eating up your stories, and she's like, "Oh, and then what happened next?" And she just all the lies you tell, she eats up.
Oh yeah.
So she is skipping through the woods, Shay kind of holding her back so she doesn't fall off things playfully. You reach the town of Bluefield, also known as Bluefield 3, a town that you helped save. Half of you were there, and you fought the second horseman of Agora in this town, or the first, right? Yeah, the first horseman of Agora in this
Yeah.
town.
The first one.
Yep, a giant scarecrow that had pretty much feared and turned the entire town into madness. Um, Today it is less mad than the last time you were here, but you do see a trail of smoke coming up from the middle of the town, and there's people kind of gathered around the smoke. You could just walk by the town. You can take the road outside, but if you want to investigate, go for it.
I'll ask our escorts, like, what is happening in there?
Oh, well, on the way through, there was somebody a week ago or so. I was kind of out here scouting, and somebody came through and burned down their library.
Who?
They burned it?
Burned it down?
Yeah, I don't know who. I didn't stop for answers. I just asked real quick on my way through.
So
Who's the
should
library?
we investigate?
Who does the library belong to?
Oh, no one in particular. I just think it's like a town library. I've actually never been through except for this journey, so.
Well, I think we should investigate.
I agree.
Should we investigate? Hands up.
The nerds win
Wanna
again.
check out the library.
The nerds get 2 votes now. Dang it.
Beans. To be
All right.
fair, Bryn was the one who got us into Maywood by saying we're on a quest for vengeance.
I did do that, yeah.
So you descend.
For being a nerd, Bryn is quite cool. We do have to admit, right? Right.
You walk through the flat plains of Bluefield, a lot of farming area, primarily halfling village. There are quite a few halflings. And you get to essentially, there's a windmill at the center of town. Right out on the circle around the windmill is a library. It's not a huge library. It's not completely burned down, but it is pretty destroyed inside. There's nothing left inside, but the foundation is still standing, if that makes sense. You enter in, or you don't enter in, but you go up to it, and you see a halfling woman. She's kind of standing there with her arms crossed. She has a long brown ponytail down her back, light skin. She's kind of looking up at the building.
Excuse me.
Oh, hey there, yeah.
Do you know what happened here?
Oh, yeah. She turns back around.
What happened here?
Well, somebody came through a few weeks ago, burned down this library. That's all we got.
Do you know who?
Yeah, some big giant fella said he was burning libraries. I don't know.
Did you get a name?
Nope, big giant.
Like a giant, or just a very tall person?
No, giant, fire giant. He had red skin.
Oh.
Literally just took one look at that thing, went up in flames. All the books were toast. Nothing to do here, nothing to see.
DM, would King Jax know anything about a fire giant that can look at things and
Sure.
incinerate them?
Make a history check. With advantage, because you a giant.
Because I'm a giant, baby. Oh, good thing I had advantage on that. 17.
So again, another throwback to episode 2.
Oh my lord.
When you became king of the ogres, the
Oh,
ogres
no.
mentioned an individual named Cardinal that they wanted to take you to and introduce you to as king of the newfound ogres.
Oh yeah.
Kind of rings a bell. Could be a fire giant's name.
Could be a nursery.
Could be a nursery.
Oh,
Here's
bean.
an on-fire library.
Perhaps
Or, you
Be a
know.
nursery.
that's the cut. So, does everyone remember how I became king of the ogres?
Yes!
This is no time to be telling stories. The library's
Oh, this
been burned down.
pertains. Oh, beans.
Kate
This
actually heard
pertains.
this one like at least 20 times.
But listen. Remember how the ogres were like, we're gonna take you to meet Cardinal to
Yes.
let you know.
You've told this 20 times.
I don't remember that specific bit.
Cardinal was the one who burnt down your library.
What?
The King of the Ogres?
The
I'm
king.
kidding, King Jax.
I'm the king of the ogres. Ugh. Beans.
Well, since you seem to know about something about this little fire giant here, we actually did have a few kidnappings as well that were taken from us that night.
Oh,
Kidnappings, who?
Oh well, just some old people in town. Really, I don't really understand why, but they took the elderly. I don't know.
Adrian like gets a little huffy. Are you saying that they're just old people? That
No, I mean
old
just like
people
as in
aren't worth as much?
I think he means exclusively.
exclusively. Great,
elder.
great word. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Thank
good with
you.
him.
Thank
Love old people. In fact, I'm almost gonna be one. But
How many did they take? Were they like smashing down people's houses and like grabbing them? Was it like whoever was around?
And was it all the old people or just like some of the old people, but only old people?
well, shit, I gotta think all of them. I haven't seen any old people around in days.
That's
We're trying to do a head count, but it's really difficult. There's so many of us in this town.
Old people. Just any old person.
Sure. Yeah. Seems like exclusively.
Any of this ring like a bell?
It was just
No, this
one-
is weird practice.
just one giant took like a bunch of people all at once.
Yeah, well, us halflings can't really fight a giant, especially we're just farmers. We're just farmers.
So it was the giant who burned down the library and took the old people?
Yep, sure did. Same one, very same.
Hmm.
Did they have like I don't know, like goons assisting them at all, or?
Oh, sure. You didn't ask that, yeah.
Oh, all right. What kind of like people or creatures were helping him?
Oh, he had these like ogre guys, but they were like red. I've never seen a red ogre, but hey, you know.
Red. Did they kind of look like I don't know, like monkey-ish in a way? Because Blossom's thinking of the like
Yeah.
Agoras.
Nope. No fur on them at all. Just some flabby skin.
Were they more demonic? Almost like an Oni, maybe?
No. Just looked like a big old fat ogre, but instead of like bronze skin, they had that red stuff.
How long ago was this?
Oh, probably about a week ago.
Here's another throwback question. Does this sound like any of those, I don't know, those demony looking things that maybe we accidentally freed that one time when we were fighting another horse?
Oh yeah, that was one of Bryn's great schemes.
Hey, you know what?
That was
It
mine.
just might. They
well,
just
shit,
might
this
look
one
like
might be
that.
on me, yo.
King Jax, hey, I think it's a bad idea to release the demons.
Well, yeah, you guys seem like the adventuring type. If you ever want to go after them, we don't have much here in Bluefield, and I recognize you guys. You've already saved us once, but they took off that way, and she
Well,
points in a direction.
Well, as the king of the ogres, it is my duty to make sure that my subjects are not serfs of some bingle bopper. So
Sure.
count me in.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at our guides and be like, is it alright if we take a quick detour?
Well, maybe we get this knocked out first, and then you go on your way. I think that some things are time pressing and some are not.
Pretty sure kidnapping is pretty time pressing.
Yeah.
I mean, if they get taken to a secondary.
Oh, fuck.
There it is.
Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary.
There it is.
I was like waiting for someone.
I don't know what a secondary location is, but I'm
Don't
very.
take me to no secondary location.
You
Well,
gotta throw him off his rhythm.
You want it? Go get it!
You want it? Go get it.
Okay, but like, sorry, side note, why do street smarts sound exactly like something that Adrian would teach Callan?
Street smarts.
Get an engraved money clip.
You want it? Go get it.
The teacher for that class is Professor J.J. Bittenbinder.
All right, well, I mean, if you guys want to go after him, that's the direction right there. That's the right one. Yes, it is. But I will warn you, they dragged him pretty far. We had a scout go after him, and heck, they made it all the way to the town of Sharnwick.
They kick out the tail light.
To Sharnwick, eh?
They did not kick out the taillights. Well, in that general direction, yeah, but our scout kind of had to give up after a while.
Shamwick, you'll say.
Sure, yeah, you know the one. Yep.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm pondering. Sorry.
Sure, yep.
Well, I think we might be having some business that way soon enough anyway. Blossom kind of cracks her knuckles.
Looks at Bryn and Saren. They burned down the library. We gotta do this.
Like, we have to go.
This is atrocious.
This is a crime against man and nature.
Yes.
Well,
Sure.
Sharnwick is in like the opposite direction of Hagrimere too, right? It's
Oh
like,
yeah, it's days away.
it's like
so.
the other coast, I think.
Mhm.
Well, I care more about this burning library than I
Same.
do.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we could take these two. So.
Canejax cares more about, his loyal subjects. Oh,
Well-
I did send to the ogres while we were down.
At this
Listen.
point, we could actually probably get to Sharnwick quicker if we finish going to Hagrimere anyway, because it's a port city.
I guess that's true.
And trust me, I'm fucking pissed if even I am like, hey y'all, let's take a fucking boat to get somewhere. But I want to stab these guys in their goddamn face too. Still salty about that Charmin thing.
Anissa she strikes you as an insightful person, though she is disarming of personality, and she kind of reads the room on what the heck's going through everyone's minds at the moment. And she's like, look, I will remind you that it is not me and Shay summoning you. It is somewhat more powerful individuals that could have a little bit more of your future than me and old Shay here.
Can you send them a message and let them know that people have been kidnapped?
Well, see, the thing here is that there's going to be a lot of people there, and I don't think everyone will take too kindly to wait. And it's completely up to your choice, and I will not fight you, but might just want to consider all your options. And she just has this like sickeningly sweet smile as she kind of looks on at you all.
Blossom will match it.
I hate her so much.
Oh,
And
I
like
hate
that
her.
customer
Sanjay,
service,
but-
like just
Mhm.
totally dripping with like, I'm gonna gut you, bitch.
I know women from church like that.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just bop these two over the head and we can just do whatever
You want
we
me to
want?
kill those
Yeah,
guys
you
for
want me
you?
to kill them?
I will totally kill those guys for you.
Like, I mean,
Do
I
you
don't know.
improv?
We're definitely gonna be making our way to Sharnwick eventually, sooner or later.
Yeah, but like those people could be dead. It's like
Yeah,
after the
but
first
we're
15
already
hours,
almost-
the chances of getting them back alive come down.
Yeah. But
low.
we're already.
Well, it's
we're
already been a week.
It's already been a while. We're already like a day, like not even a full day away from Hagrimere. We might as well finish that bit of the trip, and maybe we can, I don't know, get a ride from somewhere. I don't know. Maybe the
Okay.
council will be so grateful they can give us like some quicker transportation or something.
Fine, Hagrimere first.
That is just such a great decision, I must say. And Anissa kind of turns
You
away.
shut up!
Yeah, you would.
She just smiles really brightly, and Shay you can see Shay doesn't talk very much, if at all. I don't think you have heard her say a word yet, but she visibly relaxes as if she was just about to have to scrap.
And then I cast Gust of Wind.
I cast
blow.
Fireball.
I just to blow one of them away, just so out of the way. Oh, blah blah blah. All I see is your mouth will move, and
You kind of blow Anissa down, and Shay kind of grabs her and like swings her back around.
Is the library like still on fire, or is it all burnt out and just smoking?
No, it's burned out. It's just smoking from the interior now.
And there's nothing left.
No,
They
sadly.
take anything from the library? They just like came and destroyed it and then took all the old people, right?
Yep, couldn't give two hoots about what was in it. They just wanted to burn that sucker down.
And
So
they wanted
weird.
the old people.
Yep.
I don't know. We haven't
Specifically,
seen.
why them?
Couldn't tell you. I'm just a farmer.
Did they say anything?
Not really.
How many people did they take?
Yeah, we're still trying to get a head count. It's a big city, and there's 3 districts to it that we can't really communicate well to without walking our asses over there. So,
Got like an estimate, like our current count?
oh geez, well I'd say well over 50. That's for sure.
When was your last census?
Oh well, we don't require those by law.
Oh, I got a terrible thought now.
What, Blossom? What is it?
Maybe a little bit later. Just sort of like pointedly not wanting to say things around like Shay or Anissa or this guy.
All right, so you continue on towards Hagrimar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
At some point, then Blossom will sort of like fall into step beside Bryn to explain and just be like, "So, I mean, we know Sharnwick is where, Persephone was going, and we know she and her brother are working with Thunder, and we know Thunder was doing something that needed a lot of fucking bodies and blood.
You think they are sacrifices? That is also the conclusion
Yeah.
I come to.
I think if that's the case too, we're gonna already be too late at this point for whatever the fuck they were doing.
I know, but I just hate to waste time. And I mean, why the library?
I don't know. And it was the library that Saren was trying to find in the Feywild too, but that one was like stolen, not just
That
burned.
one, like, disappears.
Yeah. Still
And
super
this-
impressed by that, by the way.
But this library, it is like a local library. It is not like a fancy archival library or
Yeah.
anything.
It has nothing
Right,
to do
Chris?
with like the weed
Yep.
or anything.
Yeah, it's just a library. And I mean, like, libraries are really important and you should, like, use them and support them and stuff. But why burn one down?
I don't know. You were doing like a bunch of research and stuff about like, I don't know, fiends and whatnot. Can you think of any like weird, like fucked up magic that might specifically need like old people, like blood
Can
or
I?
life force or something?
It doesn't really. There's obviously like blood sacrifices that you read about when you were reading about demons and devils and fiends, but there was nothing about like age or any personal characteristics of people necessarily.
Not really. I mean, there are, like, rumors about, I don't know, virgins being cured or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's bullshit, but, not about old people.
Maybe they're just easier prisoners, I guess. I don't know.
I guess.
It still doesn't seem to make much sense.
I mean, the only reason I can think of to destroy a library is because there's knowledge in it you don't want other people to have. But what?
Maybe it had something about like their original family or something, right? Like the Darunes
Really?
were erased from history. Maybe
mean, this
like
Tiny local library in the middle of nowhere?
maybe that's
doesn't-
how it got missed for so long.
I mean, it's possible.
Or like some obscure local branch or something? Because there was a horseman here too. Like, why would a horseman come to this fucking place?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I mean, they have to be connected, right?
I feel like it can't be a coincidence.
Because the Darunes, we think, have something to do with ringing the bells, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be like what they were like waiting for or something, even if it's not necessarily directly.
So a horseman, a library, and lots of kidnapping. And did we never figured out what the thing from the portrait was, did we?
The thing from the portrait.
Yeah, well, like way back when we first met, there was a painting and creepy music, and the guy that was like stars, but not a horseman, but like involved with the horseman.
Right. Something to do with the cult of Agora or whatever, though.
Yeah,
'cause the whole
it
star
seemed like
thing
it.
was their thing.
It was the one that started this with like the 4 points on the map, right?
Yeah, you're right. That
And we
was in
still don't know what that
Hagermere,
was.
too. We could try and make our way back to where we found that thing or something.
Didn't we
I-
give that portal to somebody?
I think we gave it to Togue.
Yeah, we should check back in on that.
Well, there were a few people in town actually I was thinking about checking in on, so maybe I can ask around for them too.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
might
that
have
would be
some
good.
Information.
All right. So as you all make your way towards Agora, you're about. It's getting pretty late, so you decide to bed down, and Nessa finds a nice vale in the forest to kind of position around, and you're bedding down, and we are going to end here, but I'm in true Chris fashion on the anniversary episode. I mean, it's the
No!
anniversary,
You
guys. I
got
mean,
it.
come on.
You got it.
Yeah. So, Bryn, you are packing down for the night, unrolling your bedroll, whatever you do, your nightly routine, washing your face. And you set your pack down and you hear this like small cracking noise inside of your bag.
I open it.
Inside of your pack, you see a dragon's egg that you had picked up a long time ago.
Oh shit! I almost asked about it earlier in the session.
It is cracked and opening.
Guys,
You alright?
yeah, the dragon egg might be hatching.
Oh,
What
What?
dragon egg?
Yeah, you remember that dragon egg I got from like the library that one time?
You kept it?
Yeah, I kept it. What?
A dragon egg in a library.
It was.
It's a long story.
No, I think it was
It was, like, in-
Blazon's egg or something.
Blazon had it in like a secret room.
Oh yeah.
It continues cracking, and you see this like small head, this little tongue, this forked tongue stick
Ah.
out.
Hello.
You watch as it cracks the shell around, and it's just this little tiny kitten-sized dragon. It's a black dragon, and she looks up with these purple eyes, and she spreads her little wings, and there's patterns of stars all across the
Oh
wings.
shit.
Oh.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh,
Shit.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Wait
God.
a second.
no. Oh no.
Agora
Crossover
report.
episode?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Is
It's
this a
fine.
crossover episode?
Nope.
Oh, wait, Chris, have we told everyone yet or no?
Told everyone what?
Nah, we'll bring it up.
It'll come up
One
later.
day.
One of
Don't.
these
Hey.
Nope.
Anyways, you now have a baby astral dragon at your disposal.
Shit. Oh.
Chris, I'll send you the stats I made for that, by the way.
Well, that's not going to
Are
attack you.
astral dragons of any particular alignment?
Pretty evil, at least for me.
Oh, well, good.
Oh no.
This
Oh
is
god. Oh
fine.
no.
Totally fine.
But she knows absolutely nothing, and she is brand new to the world. But
Little
she does have
baby.
very similar patterns and constellations to Agora's wings herself.
This is bad.
So,
This is
anyways,
really fucking bad, you guys.
thank you
Cool,
all for
great.
joining our anniversary session. We're going to go around and plug real quick, and then we're going to end the night and give a good raid to somebody. So,
you
Abby,
already
if
know
you
who,
want to go
baby.
first.
Wait, who's going first?
Abby, you want to go first?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Hello, I am Abby. Join us tomorrow for a new Table Talkies featuring Staff and Branch. Tim, the creator of Staff and Branch, he makes super cool dice boxes like this one. So come watch that. We talk about wood for like an hour straight. It's pretty great. Then the only other thing I think I have coming up is on the 31st. Is the Excellence, and we have a giveaway going on for giving away 3 books of the Excellence plus 3 sets of dice from Tabletop Loot. And also CouchCon is April 4th and 5th. Sign up to do a thingy, do an event. Those are due Friday. And if you're a crafter or small business owner and you're losing revenue from not being at conventions because they're all canceled, we are promoting you for free in our virtual vendor hall, so check that out. That's all.
Sick. All right, Kate.
Hi. Hi, I'm Kate. You can find me here every other Wednesday for now on Agora's Bells, which is so super fun. But you can also find me on Saturdays on Welcome to the Parties, Tales from Neverland, run by my friend Super Dylan, who is just incredible and runs a great game. I love her. I play a tiefling bard named Arlie, who is 6 foot nothing and is very, very sweet. She is the mom of the group and has anxiety issues. What's new?
Same.
Mood. You can find me there. You can find me on Twitter, where I just scream into the void, and you can find me on TikTok, where my OCs scream to the void. And my name on both of those platforms is Kate D8s.
Cool. Thank you, Alex.
Shit me. Hi, I'm Alex. You probably know me as Mr. Puddins on the internet. That's what everyone knows me as, and that's probably why you're here, maybe. Or probably because you like someone here. It's not me. Anyway, if you like the idea of astral dragons, but them not all being terribly shitty and kind of hinting at what Chris and I were talking about, Steam Spell is up next week, and we have the long-awaited beach episode. I'm excited. I guess I'm excited for it. I know that the community is.
Beach.
Beach episode.
The The community's been looking forward to a beach episode for a long time. I have caved, and I will be giving them the beach episode. So check that out next week. Also tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, if you're not going to be watching Critical Role, you can check out Chance Encounters. Here, Blue Rose Age RPG game, Tales from Minery Village, where they're kind of like little village administrators.
They're not streaming Critical Role this week.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So come watch us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what he was saying.
And it's a lot of fun. It's super wholesome. They get into all kinds of shenanigans. It's a lot of fun. Come hang out. That's again here at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. I'm blanking on the other time zones. And then join us Sunday for Heavy Mecha. That's at 5 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern. Do you like mechs and RPGs? Oh, well, we've got the game for you. And the art's so cool to it. Like, just go look up Lancer RPG and Google Images. It's so cool. Anyway, that's check out Tabletop Loot. They're our sponsor. Code is ShieldMom, all lowercase, all one word. 15% off your dice purchases. And again, check out CouchCon 4445, and we will be doing the pregame week prior, where we will be trying to raise additional funds for Doctors Without Borders. Do come and hang out during this time of social isolation. We are a wonderful, fun community, and we want to give you that social interaction that perhaps you feel like you've been missing in your life. And I'm myself, and I believe everyone here in Chromatic Chimera is more than happy to provide that for you.
Well, I don't know. Just kidding. Let's see.
Obviously, I am here in Agora Spells every other week. I am also in Steam Spell. I play Cat Steel, and I am the DM for our once monthly game on the first Tuesday of every month, Elsewhere. There's exciting things coming up there. Very, very excited for our next session. And I also have a podcast. The semi-finale just came out on the 15th. It's called Odyssey Exploration and Research. Get on board before the finale comes out. It comes out on the 30th.
Awesome. Thank you. Sam.
Hey everyone, I am Sam. You can find me on Twitter at @SamWisest. I'm SamWise_GameG. Here on Twitch, I'm a disability advocate and a TTRPG streamer. Most of the time you can find me here at Chromatic Chimera. I'm also in our other Wednesday game, Steam Spell. On Mondays you can find me right back here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern for No Initiatives, Dead Skies by Nights, which is our Eberron set game. Things are getting real juicy over there too. It's going to be a good time. I'm also a co-producer over at Heroes Without Limits, which is a channel by and for disabled, chronically ill, and neurodiverse players. We're also one of the partnering streams for CouchCon, so check that out. We're going to have some cool events going there. I am also a GM there for Tales from Thra, which is my 5e Dark Crystal inspired game, which is actually going to be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. Check that out. We're going to go meet the Sprite and Maudra tomorrow, and I'm sure it'll go totally fine. Y'all,
Amazing.
I've really got to work on my Frank Oz before I get a Chamberlain cameo, because
If you don't do Chamberlain in this campaign, I riot.
Look,
Just so you know.
Look, I got plans, okay? I got plans.
Sam, I will cry.
I will cry.
I won't cry. I'm rioting.
Otherwise, I think that's it. I'm also in Elsewhere. This Tuesday, the 24th, come see me in Unprepared at 7 p.m. here on the Chromatic Chimera. We're going to be playing the second half of our Dialect game. I'm playing with our facilitator, Megan Lynn, FTW, Megan Lynn for the win on Twitter, along with players CrimeNet and Gabe James Games. We did the world building and Act 1 of Dialect, which is a GM-less, prep-less game about language and how it dies. It's really intense and awesome, and I'm super excited to see how everything culminates on Tuesday. So come and check that out.
All right.
Sick. I am Chris. I am the DM here. I play Kirkazel in Steam Spell. He's really, things are heating up over in Steam Spell. You're gonna want to check that out.
Steamy Spell.
Steamy Spell,
Yep.
Baby. A lot of shipping going on over there right now.
Yep.
It's pretty ridiculous, actually.
So yeah, come by, check that out next week. And I'm also in Elsewhere. First Tuesday of every month, I play Bellinor. He too has anxiety, and he is a dog. So anyways, I'm Chris again. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Happy 1 year to my wonderful players and to the community as well for supporting us. So thank you all. Enjoy Dice Priority and have some fun over there.
Happy birthday, Agora's Bell.
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Agora's bells.
Happy birthday.
Sorry, I just pressed the raid button on you, Chris. You know me.
Abby's running tech. I don't know if we're
Oh.
still live.